students, today I am going to tell you about the auxiliary verbs, and which we can call as a helping verbs also. Now students, auxiliary verbs, they are divided into two categories. First one is the primary auxiliary verb and another one is the modal auxiliary verbs. Students, the words which come in the category of the primary auxiliary verbs are do, does, did, has, have, had, is, am, are, was and were. Okay, and the words which come in the category of the modal auxiliary verbs are can, could, may, might, shall, should, must, ought to, have to and need to. Now the second thing that you have to keep it in mind is that students, that with the primary auxiliary verbs, means with the PAV, we can call it as a PAV, means with the primary auxiliary verbs we have to use the first, third and the fourth form of the verbs. Okay, like with the do, does, did, we can use first form of the verb. With the has, have, had, we use third form of the verb, and with is, am, are, was and were, we use fourth form of the verb, or we can call it as a V1 plus ing also. Okay, now with the modal auxiliary verbs, we always have to use the first form of the main verb, means we can't use the second, third or the fourth form of the verb. Whenever we are using the modal auxiliary verbs, after that we have to use only and only the first form of the main verb. Now students, by looking at the modal auxiliary verbs, what does they tell us? They tell us about the tense, or when and how the action has been taken place by a noun. Means when and how the action has been taken place by a noun, it means that whether the action has been done in the present tense, in the past tense or in the future tense. By looking at the primary auxiliary verbs, we can identify that whether the action has been done by a noun in the present, past or in the future tense. But modal auxiliary verbs, they do not indicate any of the tenses. Rather, they tell us about the mood of the noun. Means what is the mood of the noun, whether there is any permission is there. It is divided into different categories, like whether there is any permission, any possibility is there, any suggestion or advice you can say that is there, or we can say that any, it is showing any certainty or moral obligation or moral duty is there, or any offer or proposal is there. By looking at the modal auxiliary verb, we can identify these things. Now let's come to the modal auxiliary verb. First one is the can and could. Now can is used to take the permission, at the same time it is showing the ability also. Like for example, if I can say that I can lift this table, it means that it is showing the ability कि yes, you can do this work. And if I am saying that can I take your pen, it means that it is showing the permission. We are asking for the permission that can I take your pen or can I take your mobile, etc. Now could is used to show the ability, but that ability is there somewhere in the past tense. Means again could is showing the ability, but that ability is there in the past tense. Like I could sing very well when I was in school. Ram could play cricket very well when he was there at the university level. So could is used to show the ability, but that ability is there somewhere in the past tense. Now students, let's move on to the second modal verb, that is may and might. Now may is again used to take the permission. It is used to show any possibility. Okay, Now students, you will be confused that I have just told you that can is used to take the permission. At the same time, may is also showing the permission. But you will be confused that where we have to use may and where we have to use can. Now students, when any of the formal that permission is there, means when you are taking the permission in a formal sense. What do you mean by formal? Means when you are taking permission from your elders, from your parents, from your teachers, your one who is elder than you, then you will make use of this modal verb may. And when you are taking permission from your friends, then you can use can. Means when informal person is there, there is no need to be formal over here, we can use can. Like student, when you are talking to your friend, there is no need of getting formal. You can take the pen without taking permission also sometimes. Okay, so there you can use can. Can I take your pen? But generally when you ask permission from your teacher, what do you say? That may I come in, ma'am? So it means that when the formal permission is to be taken, you will use may, and when the informal permission is there, you can use can. Okay, now possibility, how is it showing the possibility? Possibility, suppose for example, these days the weather is cloudy, and when we are saying that the weather is cloudy, it may rain today, it means that it is showing the possibility of having the rain. The weather is cloudy, and one thing you have to keep it in mind that it is used in the present tense. That weather is cloudy, I make use of the helping verb is used in the present tense. So the weather is cloudy, it may rain today means the possibility of rain is there. Now might is used to show any possibility, but again that possibility is there in the past tense. Means yesterday the weather was cloudy, it might rain today. Okay, yeah, last week I might decide to go to my parents' house, but unfortunately I could not go. So there, when any of the possibility is there and that possibility is there in the past tense, then you will make use of the modal verb might. Okay, now next one is the shall and should. Now students, where we will use shall? Shall is used to show any certainty. Means when you are certain about some decision. Like if you would say that I shall go to market tomorrow, means it is showing the certainty, that perfection is there, that definitely you will go to the market. Surety is there, in that case you will make use of shall. And should is used that when you are showing any compulsion or it shows any suggestion or advice is there. Like suggestion or advice in which sense? Like if I say that you should respect your elders, you should reach school in time, you should submit your homework in time, it means that it is a suggestion or advice is there. So in that case we'll make use of the modal verb should. Now next one is the will and would. Students, will make use of will when we are having, we are showing any strong determination. Means we are confident about something. Like my father will go to Jaipur tomorrow, means that confirmation is there that definitely he will go. Then we will make use of the modal verb will. Okay, now would we will use when we are talking about any of the promises there, or any offer is there, or we are requesting somebody, then we will make use of the modal verb would. Like if we would say, would you like to take tea or coffee? It means that offer is there. Would you like to come with me? Means request is there. So in that case we'll make use of the modal verb would. Okay. Now next one is the must, ought to, have to and need to. Now all these four modal verbs, they tell us about that if any of the moral obligation is there or any of the moral duty is there, in that case we'll make use of the modal verb must, ought to, have to and need to. Like for example, what do you mean by moral obligation or moral duty? It shows that whatever your duties towards the society, towards the community, okay, for the betterment of the society, for the betterment of the community, we have to make use of this modal verb, that is must, ought to, have to and need to. Means like for example, that you must be kind to your youngsters. Okay, or we can say that you must love your country. Okay, this is your moral obligation, this is your moral duty. At the same time, we can make use of the other modal verbs also, like ought to, have to, and need to also. They also show the same obligation, same moral obligation, and the same moral duty. Like you ought to respect your elders, means it's your moral duty. You have to reach school in time, means again it's your moral duty, you have to just fulfill it. And need to also means the same thing. So students, today we have studied about the auxiliary verbs, which we call it as the helping verbs also. Okay, divided into two categories: primary auxiliary verbs and the modal auxiliary verb. So student, this is all for today's session. Thank you and have a nice day. And if you like my video, please comment, share and subscribe our channel. Thank you and have a nice day.